Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 28 of the WMMA 5 Dawn of MMA here on the channel. As we are here in, I'm assuming we would probably run Miami, maybe Orlando though, because I mean the Magic have been a relatively new franchise at this point in 1999. That would be kind of a nice spot to go, but it could be Miami though, which is kind of crazy too. Heat were kind of like a newer franchise too at the time, but for one Friday in Florida, we have a pretty stacked show, to be honest, compared to what I thought was going to happen. Now that we're gonna have a champion and champion match, but for our main event in co-main, we'll talk about here in a bit because we do have a couple of pieces of news to talk about. As first, Mark Coleman is back. Even though he has not done all that well in Pride, he did lose to Boss Rutan, but like his performances just haven't been great. He hasn't got any finishes. Just has not been that guy, unfortunately. But he's Mark fucking Coleman. We're gonna bring him in. 34. Again, it's kind of wild to think that he fought way into his 40s. But I mean, really, realistically, you figured it's kind of now or never. Obviously, he ends up winning the Pride Openweight Grand Prix in 2000, so we know that he's got it still in him at this point, and to bring him back is always awesome. And then Ramiro Sato has a black belt now in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so well, that it's like he needs any more fucking tools of the trade. But yes, our main event, Merlio Bustamante looking to defend his championship against Carlos Newton, who's stepping up on a short notice fight, giving us a bit of a hell of a step up in competition for him, and really giving us a huge boost for the show, and doing us a favor, really, with that main event. Co-main event, though, Minoru Suzuki and Frank Shamrock. Obviously, with Frank, him losing to Masakatsu Funaki was pretty crazy, but he's got a chance to avenge that loss. And for Minoru Suzuki, of course, 8-6, 4-4 though, but he is on a 3-fight winning streak here in one. Sure, all those guys are gone, and Jerry Bolander, Vernon White, and Alexander Atsuka, but hey, he's gotten wins. So, Frank Shamrock, he can't say the same thing as far as he's not on no 3-fight winning streak. Royce Gracie taking on Masatori Suda in a middleweight contest as well. Of course, Royce has fallen off very, very quickly. And for Masatori Suda, that's a huge opportunity for him. And Heath Herring versus Simi Schilt. Wrestler versus striker. And of course, Simi's big ass is going to be getting at least 20 pounds on him. And I'm sure the reach advantage is going to be crazy. But for Merlio, Bustamante, and Carlos Newton, crazy. Again, so many fights for Merlio, the vet. But Carlos Newton, though, 4-2. All of his fights have been in one. And, of course, a former champion at welterweight, but moving up to middleweight on this short notice kind of one-time fight. But again, if he wins, he'll be the middleweight champion, and he'll be able to maybe take over a whole new weight division. But for Merlio, if he makes his second successful defense of the middleweight title, I feel like that's gotta be the record for us, because obviously the middleweight division wasn't, they didn't have a lot of champions, because it was only Henzo. But for Merlio, of course, he did lose to Henzo, losing the first time around, but won the rematch, or didn't win the rematch, he beat Royce for the vacated belt after obviously Henzo left. Hard to believe he's lost to Ken Shamrock and Masakatsu Funaki before that. Obviously, the Eric Paulson win, he did that pretty handedly, but it's been a while since we've seen him. We'll see how he does. Almost a full year, a couple of months shy of a full year, but pretty much half the year we've not seen him. And for Carlos Newton, though, 4-2, of course, just lost to Matt Hughes in March. Had the trilogy with Wanda Baraga, which we probably could have a fourth fight, honestly. We might do that once, if he loses to Merlio, of course. But if he wins, we go in on the other direction. But, yeah, obviously coming in, he's probably going to give up a reach advantage. He does have a good jiu-jitsu game. I will say that. His jiu-jitsu is much better than I think they're giving it credit for. I don't think it's going to be that crazy of an advantage, honestly, for Merlio Bustamante. I think the betting line kind of shifted because of how quickly this fight had to get shifted in probably the amount of weight that Carlston is probably not used to fighting at. But he's going to be a bad man, and he's going to bring it in that main event. Co-main, again, we talked about already, but Frank Shamrock is the favorite at minus 590. It's just crazy. They're both 4-4 in similar records, 8-6 and 7-4. Two men obviously synonymous with each other from Pancrase, but boy, Frank really needs a win in the biggest of ways. Suzuki, I mean, that would be a massive, massive victory for him if he could get the win. And Royce Gracie, Mastori Suda. Royce is 3-3, but I believe those last 3 losses have all came, in the last bit. Hard to believe at one point he was 9-0 and had beaten Jeremy Horn, and Walid Ismaili was looking to be a potential contender, and then had to fight Ken at Pancrase. Lost in UFC 21. Beats Bakaliukian, at least to stop the bleeding, but then goes on quite the losing streak. Got knocked out by Jan Lemolder. Got finished by Evan Tanner. Not a great run. And he's got a chance of going below 500 tonight. And for Mastori Suda, he's looking to stay above 500. It's Mastori Suda, 8-3, 2-1. He beat Manoa. Before this, he beat Paul Herrera, but everybody beat Paul Herrera, so that's not really the biggest of wins. He did lose to Bakaliukian, so MMA math would dictate that fucking Royce would be the favorite in this fight, and that's why he is. But should be an interesting one, because that one, again, it's going to be probably a ground affair. So that could be a boring one, or it could be a crazy finish in the beginning with a submission right off the rip. For Heath Herring and Simi Schilt, 4-2 for both guys, and all fights have been a 1 for both guys. Very, very similar record, but obviously that's where the comparison ends. So you got a wrestler that's Heath Herring, I think, is 6'3", 6'4", pretty big, usually the biggest guy in the fucking room, until Simi Schilt shows up, all of 6'11" of them, as the Dutch kickboxer is coming off of a win against Kevin Holland on the brain, Kevin Randleman, and Gilbert Yvel, which that was crazy, both those fights. Obviously, the Igor loss was insane, losing to a guy that's 5'8", when you're 6'11", but for Heath Herring, we didn't talk about his fight history, but he beat Ed de Kruijff. In his last fight, he knocked him out. He did beat Valentine Overeem. He beat Trey Tellingman as well, but the Carlos Barreto loss is very tough, though. That cut loss, brutal to see, especially with how the fight was going, because he was doing really well. He had gotten takedowns. He was doing his thing. Just one bad cut fucked his night up. But we're going to definitely bring that back, him and Carlos Barreto. Win or lose, I would say, for Heath Herring. That's probably his next fight. But it's a good one. It's a good one for Simi Schilt, that is for sure. Taking on another wrestler. It's Frank Trigg, looking to continue his undefeated streak. He's 1-0. Of course, he beat Ryuta Sakura in his last fight back in February. Won with a rear naked choke in the first round. Taking on the Magic Man, Akihiro Gono. Back again, 9-2, 2-2. But he is on a 4-fight winning streak. And he beat Tayato Sakura by split. And he beat Pat Miletich in his last fights. Hasn't gotten a finish in one. He has not got a finish. He did finish Wanda Baraka, though. Got the TKO finish, of course, at Shudo 25. Gonna be an interesting one, for sure, to see how he does against somebody like Frank Trigg, who hasn't really proven himself yet as a welterweight, but obviously both guys coming in at 170. Dean Thomas and Jinky Sudo, the ultra-talented Jinky Sudo, the Neo Samurai, and Dean Thomas. Dean Thomas, though, my goodness, what a debut that he had. Looked very, very impressive against Mikey Burnett. Thought he was going to actually get the finish there in that first round, potentially, but then he kept it going, and he fucking put a beat down on Mikey Burnett. Mikey Burnett, super tough, didn't give up, and it went to a scorecard. But for Jinky Sudo, no team, as he beat J.R. Palmer at IVC 11. He beat him, knocked him out in 22 seconds. And he ankle locked a local guy at a Japanese regional show in 41 seconds. So that man has been getting it done quickly. He is the favorite in this fight, which is kind of crazy to be honest, but two super young lightweights going to be battling it out there. Then heavyweight contest, Trey Trauma Tellingman in the truth. Bobby Hoffman. We had to move this fight up because I was wanting this fight to be at the Dallas show or even the Chicago show, but we had to move it here to the Florida show. Bobby Hoffman, though, is the favorite. It's close. He's making his debut, of course. For Bobby Hoffman, he's 32. From Binnendorf, Iowa, and he's just had local fights, been knocking people out, of course. As, his style is a little bit of a mixed bag. And for Trey Tellingman, he did beat Carlos Barreto, kind of shockingly enough. When you kind of look at some of these, they lost to Heath Herring, of course, by decision, got knocked out by Pete Williams, got head kicked. That was back in August, so it's been a while since we've seen him. It's either a decent or good fight from him. Shouldn't be no different here with Bobby Hoffman, but Bobby Hoffman is coming in at 265, and he's 6'2", which is kind of crazy. That's a wild-ass build. As for Nick Serra, he's taking on Cristiano Marcelo. Both guys 2-1. Nick Serra, of course, lost in his one debut. He lost to Egan Inoue, which is kind of crazy. Got caught, I believe they were, if I remember correctly, it's a scramble, and Egan jumped on his back and got him. But, 2-1, but did not win in his one debut. For Cristiano Marcelo, he also lost his debut, but the only problem was he fought Matt Hughes. So it's not like he fought a bum. He beat John Alicio, got him with a Kimura. He went the distance with Dennis Hallman, beat him as well. Two very impressive wins. It's no secret and no shock that he should be, the betting line favorite and a minus 590 favorite at that. He is quite talented. But, those are our 8 fights tonight. Bustamante looking to make his second defense. If it's successful, of course, it's the new record. The 5th time that Carlos Newton has main evented a one event, 4th time for Merlio. Bustamante does have that reach advantage, so there is that. But again, I think Carlos Newton, he's going to give him a hard time. I think he's going to give him a much tougher task than what the betting line has it. As Minoru Suzuki and Frank Shamrock. Frank, of course, Blur, cast staff picks favorite, a huge betting line favorite as well. But again, he lost to Masakatsu Funaki when he was a huge favorite. Maybe Lightning's going to strike twice for Suzuki and Masakatsu Funaki as far as that tandem. Getting the win over Frank Shamrock would be huge for him. Frank does train at Team Voodoo, which Suzuki is 1-0 against other members of that team, so he does have that advantage. Matsuri Suda, Hoist Gracie. Hoist the favorite. I'd say he's the better grappler, so that's probably why he's obviously the Black Cat Stat Picks favorite. But there is one backer in Suda, in Rich, but I would definitely go with Hoist on that one. And then Semi Schilt in the Texas Crazy Horse, Heath Herring. Only an 8-inch reach advantage. That's usually one of the smaller ends of the scales. It's kind of funny to say only an 8-inch reach, but that's still insane. Heath Herring, 6-1 though on the Black Cat Staff Picks. He, again, the wrestler usually has a huge advantage over Simi, but he did just beat Kevin Randleman. So I would say Randleman's the better wrestler than Heath Herring is. So I would probably hedge my bet towards Simi Schultz side, to be honest. As Twinkle Toes, Frank Trigg, and the Magic Man, Akihiro Gono. Gono, of course, the betting line favorite, but I think this is going to be a good test for Frank Trigg to see how he kind of stacks up in the welterweight division. Gono hasn't gotten a win by finish in a while, of course. He's won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. In our lightweight contest, the two young guns battling it out: Dean Thomas, the Neo Samurai, Genki Sudo. Sudo, of course, training at, as far as no team. Making his debut. He is the favorite, though, but I would probably side with Dean Thomas on that one. Then Bobby Hoffman, Trey Tellingman, the Truth and Trauma. As Tellingman ranked 16th. Hoffman ranked 11th to start off. Significant weight advantage for him. Tellingman, 3-4 on the Black Cat Stat Picks. He's down to Hoffman, but it's a close one. It's a toss-up, I would say, between those two. We'll see how Bobby Hoffman does, though, as Nick Serra, the Mad Monkey, taking on Cristiano Marcelo. Marcelo, the big favorite. He's beaten way tougher opponents than Nick Serra's even faced. So, obviously, the smart money is on the favorite. Kyle Crisp, our referee for this one, in our ringside judges. So here we go. They touch gloves. Trying to get a shot in, but obviously Marcel is the aggressor. Caught him with a right hook, though. Nice straight right hand from Marcelo. Oh, but Nick Serra's got a hold of him. Can't take him down, though, and he's now got control. Marcelo's stuck against the ropes. Nice, or Nick Serra rather is stuck against the ropes by Marcelo, and he's kneeing him in the thigh, stomping him now. Knee to the thigh again. Quick elbow. I mean, he's really raining down on him, and there's a nasty cut above the eye. Short knee to the ribs, and they're going to separate him, funny enough. I thought they should have kept it going. He's been laying him out. Nick Serra trying to trip him again. Not a great idea, because he's just going to take him up against the ropes again. But Marcelo this time is going to trip him. Trips him down. I don't like the lay and pray from somebody who's doing so well. He got pushed out of the guard, and now he's seeing Marcelo about to come in and try and get something going again, but he's going to start to scramble, and he comes out on top of it. So that's good stuff from Nick Serra, actually. And making sure he doesn't get caught. Looking for a sweep. Oh, elevator sweep does work. But he ends up inside control, so Nick ends up actually gaining control and doing a better position off of that scramble. Trying to go from half guard to full guard, but that's the end of the round. And obviously, Nick, if he keeps it standing, it's going to be a long night for him. See, he's getting fucked up. But Nick Serra, at least, is trying to take him back down again. And again, though, I think this is a mistake. Oh, well, Nick Serra stops it. But now he trips him. Looking for mount. Oh, my God, he's got mount. Jesus Christ. Now he's got his back. Lord have mercy. If he gets both hooks in, it's over, but I think Nick's not going to let that happen. He's fighting for dear life. And blocking him some more. Looking for a rear naked choke just to maybe try and get something without even getting both hooks in. And now it's a scramble. He actually turned around, and now he and as far as Nick Serra and Cristiano Marcelo are back on their feet. Jab, nothing but air on the big right. Gets all of them again. There's Nick Serra. Again, trying to trip him, and just a terrible idea, because he's just going to get caught up against the clinch, up against the ropes in the clinch, rather, as there's a knee strike to the stomach, clenching elbow from the clinch, and yeah, Nick Serra's been taking a beating. He's still got half of this fight left. There's a right cross. Marcelo's getting tired, though. And Nick Serra's going to grab him, trying to take him down again. Not happening. And again, we see Marcelo in control, up against the ropes, kneeing, elbowing, stomping, just doing anything he can to get something going. And there's a straight right hand. Nick Serra again clinches, tries to take him down, not happening. And again, Marcelo puts him up against the ropes. Some more clinch strikes. I mean, you could tell that he was way outclassed. The plus 470 betting line was accurate for sure, and I mean, Nick Serra, he's still trying. He's still trying to fight, but it's not going to work out. He's got a terrible game plan. He's getting elbowed. He's getting cut open again now. More knees to the thighs, and then just brutal stuff. There's a straight right hand. Nick Serra again trying to take him down, and again, it is not going to work. That is not in the cards for Nick Serra. And there's a glancing elbow. And that's the end of the third round. Our final round, Nick Serra is in a world of hurt. He's going to need a miracle. And that was not it. We're already going for a trip. Because now he's going to get back up against the ropes and just laid out. But he actually is able to get out of it, but immediately gets caught with 1-2s from Marcelo. Jesus Christ. Unreal. 1-2 doesn't let either blow those Marcelo. No, again, Nick Serra trying to take him down. And again, a terrible idea. Because it's just not going to happen. Marcelo with more stomps and knees, elbow strikes, lands the right. And now again, Nick Serra trying to go for those takedowns. Brutal stuff. Absolutely brutal stuff. I don't think Nick Serra is going to get finished, unfortunately. But he got absolutely destroyed for 40 minutes. Not a great sign. Not a great sign. And then Marcelo gets the takedown just to pour salt onto the wound. And, yeah, obviously Marcelo wins that one by decision. Surprised that was already good, because that was a one-sided ass beating from Marcelo, who is now 3-1. And he once won the Baraka. Honestly, that fight does make sense, though. Maybe we'll do it down the line. Oh, and so now Kyle Crisp out there again as our referee. Ringside judges. Here we go. They touch gloves. They move it and engage. Hoffman comes in with a 1-2. So does Tellingman, though. He nails the right cross. I thought that he might have rocked him with that right cross, and now Tellingman counters the right hand with a nice right hook. They come together and strike. Hoffman with the left jab also scores with the right hook. Tellingman with a left jab and also a nice right hook. They meet in the center. Counters the right hand with a left jab and a nice right hook. They come together and strike. Hoffman misses the right cross and leaves him open for a counter. Here comes Tellingman with the left jab and a nice right hook. Exchange of strikes happens right in the center of the ring. Neither fighter can come out of it, though. Exchange of blows comes and goes. Neither fighter can really land anything, though. Tellingman comes forward, walking him down. Avoids the jab, moves into the pocket. Left hand, big right hand misses. As each fighter going toe-to-toe with strikes, rather. Flurry ends without any really damaging strikes. Come together and strike again. Hoffman missing on the 1-2. Also missing on the 1-2 is Tellingman now. Hoffman misses the big right hand. Here comes the counter. Trade comes in with a jab and a good right hand. Misses the big right hand. Here comes Tellingman, countering with a jab and a good right hook. Left jab, right cross. Nailing the right cross is Tellingman. Clean with the right hand. Hoffman's off target with a left jab. It hits a good right hand. Fighters going toe-to-toe with strikes. Neither fighter can land anything significant. Tellingman is starting to slow down a touch, perhaps conserving some energy. Moving forward constantly as Trey Tellingman is pressuring Hoffman. Tellingman's now in the pocket. Left jab misses the vicious right hand. Left hand exchange. Caught him with a feint. Connects the jab. Avoids the big right. Neither fighter can land anything. No damaging shots. 60 seconds. Breathing a little deeper now. Left jab, nothing but air on the big right. Now Hoffman gets a hold of him, trying to take him down. First takedown attempt of the fight, but it's not happening. Pretty back and forth round. It felt like at least Bobby Hoffman landed more kind of big-time shots. Oh no, Trey Tellingman did. Goddamn, he landed 9 power shots. So he's up on the scorecard. Outstruck him, landed more power shots. Good shit. Oh my lord, there's an uppercut though from Hoffman, and he knocked him down with that shot. Big-time shots here, and they stopped the fight. What a way to start off that second round, and what a way to start off your one career for Bobby Hoffman. Looking real good. Striking-wise, he landed the big-time shot. He's an upstart karate guy as well. It was a good fight. It's a good fight. Big John McCarthy's our referee for the lightweight contest. Our ringside judges there, and of course our Orlando, Florida native, the hometown kid, old Dean Thomas tonight, and looking to land the left hand to Pseudo. Nothing but air on the big right. Thomas the left hand. Missed the vicious right. Did Pseudo after 2 left hands, though. Looking for a nice little combination. Jinke Pseudo going for the takedown. Doesn't get it. Oh, my lord. Caught him with the big shots, and now there's a knee to the side of the head after he stuffed the takedown. Another knee. God damn, he fucking... now he's soccer kicking him in the ribs. Jinke Pseudo, he somehow gets out of it and gets a takedown. Unreal, but Dean Thomas already looking for a scramble. Oh, Jinke Pseudo already grabbing side control. That's crazy, though, that he survived that onslaught after stuffing that takedown. Dean Thomas fucked him up. Left jab, nothing but air on the big right. Got him again. Went for the big knee strike, but this time he gets out of it. Pseudo moves in. Looking for a shot. Pseudo aggressive. Takes the initiative. Moving him closer. Ace jabs wide. But hits him straight right hand. Dean Thomas, though, looking for this takedown. It's a great sprawl, though. And now he's looking for a kick to the body. That's Dean Thomas. Yeah, he scrambles back to his feet. I mean, that couple of soccer kicks already in this fight. Some big-time shots. Both guys have shot in for takedowns. Obviously, Pseudo's been the one that has the successful one. Until now, they both have a successful takedown. It's been a pretty back-and-forth first round. Yeah, strike-wise, it's very close, but Pseudo does... Oh, and yeah, just a slight edge. Just 2 more strikes landed. Really good first round. Dean Thomas already shoots in with another takedown, but he's not going to get it. But this time, at least, he's going to get him against the ropes. Now he's going to trip him. Oh, no. Jinke Pseudo stops that one. He doesn't stop this one, though. Now we're going to see what Dean Thomas can do on top here, if anything. It's a stalemate. They're going to stand him back up, and Jinke Pseudo shooting for another takedown. He gets pushed down on his hands and knees. They stand up now. Dean Thomas trying to push him against the ropes, looking for the trip. Down goes Dean Thomas. Dean Thomas gives up his back. Tries to get the hooks in, but he can't. Body triangle. Dean Thomas fights it off. Thomas tries to roll, but doesn't budge. Thomas prevents Pseudo from applying a body triangle. They stand him back up. Starting to slow things down. Able to find his jab. Hits him with a straight right. Looking confident now. Shortening the range. He's looking to strike. Jab and no power behind it at all. There's a jab and a straight right hand. Thomas looking to take the takedown in. And he stops the takedown with a great sprawl. He steps away from safety. And they meet in the center. They start to strike. Dean Thomas comes in with a quick left hook. Pseudo looks to have now been cut. Dean Thomas clinches, tries to buy some time. Does so now. He's pinned up against the ropes. Knee strike inside his own knee. Counters the right hand with a quick left and the right hand, and there they fails to connect. That's the end of the second. Third round, they meet in the center. Right hook is blocked. Misses the jab, also misses the right hook. Thomas dodges the right hand, counterattacks the jab and a good right hook. Thomas moves in and out of range, hoping to tempt his opponent with a reckless strike. Pseudo throws a punch, but Thomas was equal to it. Thomas seizes that chance, shoots in on Pseudo. Thomas gets a hold of a leg. Pseudo remains standing, hopping on the other foot. Thomas uses the position to drive him up against the ropes. Dean Thomas looks to sweep a leg in order to execute a sharp trip. Thomas doesn't get it. Pseudo blocked the attempt to move him. Dean Thomas attempts to trip him. Unsuccessful. Ropes trapping Pseudo. Thomas looking for a trip by sweeping his leg. He sweeps him down. Thomas got his back. Both hooks in. This has got to be it. He got him. There we go. Dean Thomas gets the win. Boy, what a back and forth affair, though. I'm surprised that was only rated decent. That first round was crazy. But, yeah, Killer Bee Combat Sports. Huge win for Dean Thomas as the underdog getting the win in his hometown. Mario Masaki, our referee. Someone's gonna die. As here we go. We touch gloves. Defensive jab from Frank Trigg. Akira Gono hits the left hand. Trigg avoids the big right. Jab, misses the vicious right. Failed on the combination, and with an attempted roundhouse kick to the body. And Trigg was ready for it, and he even caught that last kick, and he gets the takedown. Oh, but a guillotine on the way down. Hey, and Frank Trigg almost got caught. Gono's trying to sweep him. Oh, it does so. So now to scramble. Trigg is down in the turtle up position, so Gono ends up winning on the scramble. Looking for the Darce. That would have been nuts. Couldn't get it, though. Gono smothered. Grueling close-up battle. Yamasaki's going to bring him back to the center. Nice right cross. Reopen that gash. Jab hits home. Scores with the right cross. Can't connect the jab. Hits a straight right hand. A jab lands. Doesn't hit the body kick. Fails the phone with his jab. Lands the big right. And the combination ends with a kick to the legs. Fails to land. It's a cut now. Not too happy about it. Back underway. Jab in a straight right. Throw some strikes. A fast leg kick. Trigg was equal to all of them. And he even caught that last leg kick. Trigg gets the takedown. Gono fools guard. Oh, look for a guillotine, though. Again on the way down. Gets free. Frank Trigg, he's going to get caught with one of those guillotines. Eventually, I think, as Gono has been jumping it every time. Left jab. Caught him with the right rounds. Kick to the body. Oh, nice right from Gono. Left jab, right hand. And that's the end of the first. Gono moves in closer. Fails final with his jab. Gets the straight right hand. Keeping him in and out of range. Trigg comes in, grabs him in the clinch. Manages to control him. Up against the ropes. Isn't pretty. Trigg has gone and stuck up against the ropes. Gono comes in looking to strike. Left hand and succeeds with the right cross. Trigg is looking for that opening. To grab without getting hit. Left jab, straight right. Nice right cross. Trigg has reopened the cut above the eye. Quick 1-2, doesn't hit either blow. Doesn't look like he has much left in the tank. Trigg seizes that chance to grapple up with him. Gono's trying to muscle him up. Unable to break free. Gono's trying to smother him against the ropes. Double underhook. Referee's gonna look to, separate him now. Looking to get in close again. Gono with a 1-2. Gono with a left hand, right hook. Left jab, right hand from Gono. They're gonna check on the cut. Not a fight ender. Good thing. Nice right hand. 1-2 avoided both by Trig. Oh, caught him with the right hand. Did Goto, and Trig's gonna muscle him again against the ropes. Left to the side of the stomach. Not getting free. Very, very tired, though, is Akira Goto, and that's the that's the end of the first half of the fights. And now he misses the big right hand, allowing Trig to counter with a left kick to the rib cage. Left jab doesn't find the mark of the right hook. Goto hits a 1-2, quick left straight right. Goto clinches up looking shattered. Trig hits Goto with a knee to the body. Got him controlled. Got him against the ropes. Got him with a right to the ear. Knee to the thigh now. Short uppercut here from Trig. Trapped against the ropes. Trig hits him with a quick elbow. Noticeable gash above the eye now. And another stalemate. Referee going to restart him back to the center. Off target the jab, connects to the right hand. Left jab, right hand blocked. Left jab, right hand blocked. Left jab, and the right hand misses from Trig now. Cannot land that follow-up shot. Right cross blocked from Goto. Right hook blocked from Trig. Nice left hand off the counter from Goto. He is very, very tired. I'd say both guys are already fought for 25 minutes at this rate, and Trig looking to muscle him against the ropes. He's got him against the ropes. Both fighters, though, pretty much completely gassed, and there's an elbow out of the clinch right on the face, and they're going to check on that cut again. Not a fight ender. Wish they did not stop that fight. Yeah, they're talking about the big weight cut. It's taking its toll. Left hand, right cross. Slipping past the right hook, counters with a jab and a right hook. Misses the right cross, here comes a counter with the left. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, it's a left jab, but a right cross missed it, though. Still taking that initiative is Akira Goto. Lands the right. Misses the right hook, gets kind of with a jab and a right hand and nearly fails to connect. Slipping past the right hook, counters with the right jab. Trying to push him against the ropes. Got him bent, and that's the third round. Fourth and final round. Jab, misses the right hand. Left hook from Trig. They fall into a sloppy clinch it again. Trying to get some close range strikes, but Goto is quickly smothering that to stop any control. Trig trying to get something going again out of the clinch, but Goto is doing a very good job. At least he tried to stop him, but now eventually he gets a knee. Now he's looking to get some elbows and knees. A left to the side of the stomach. Not a good round for Goto, but they separated now. Counter left hand from Trig. 1-2. Trig was equal to it. Another clinch again, and Trig is gonna try and get him against the ropes, but Goto fights it off. Oh, didn't fight that one off, though. Judo throw. Can't get the judo throw, and even Goto's now got control. But again, I just don't think Akira Goto has the judo that obviously Frank Trig does. Yamasaki's got to separate him again. Back into the pocket. Goto with a 1-2. Trig avoids both of them, though. Left hand from Trig. 1-2 from Goto. Quick left, straight right. And again, they falling back into a clinch. Akira Goto actually trips him, so that's a huge takedown. Trying to pull him in close, not happening. Some minor strikes, trying to go for the double underhook. That's not happening. That's the end of the fight. Close fight, though. I mean, this really could go either way. It felt like Goto did, he had some bright moments. So did Trig. Goto kept on going for those guillotines after he was getting taken down. He probably won that fight. We'll see. Oh, my. Yeah, okay, so it's a split win. Good shit. Twinkle Toes. Frank Trig wins via majority decision, rather. As, what a win, though. Frank Trig keeps the undefeated streak going, wins as an underdog. Lions Den guy as well. Good shit. The Texas Crazy Horse. Heath Herring, Semi Shield, or prelim, or main card opener. I was about to say, just saw the prelim main. Previous fight, remember Yamasaki staying out there? Boy, just a fucking high tower himself, Semi Shield. Nice 3-punch combination, 2 jabs, a straight right. Jabs wide, but he caught him with a roundhouse kick to the body. All went for that another body shot, but he caught the leg. Did Heath Herring. Looking for the takedown. Can't get him, though, but he's got him against the ropes. He's going to take him down here. Boy, oh boy, he is in big trouble as Semi Shield. Pounded away. Not really taking much damage, but he is landing shots, and they're going to stand him back up. Nice 1-2 from Schilt. There's a weak flicked left-hand jab. There's a nice 1-2 jab and a straight right from Schilt. Again, I mean, he is just landing these big-time shots. And if Sammy Shell is still landing these combinations and taking the initiative, he is going to be in his bag. More 1-2s. Doesn't get the takedown again, but he's going to get him once he gets him up against the ropes, I'm sure. Yep. Got his back, though. Oh, no. Got the very, very tight body triangle. That's got to be it. What a win for Heath Herring. Again, the wrestler beats the striker. It's just so hard being in a striker when you're taking on a wrestler like that. You got to knock him out. Once he gets you down, you're fucked. But, yeah, I mean, as far as that's a great win, though, for Texas Crazy Horse, though, Heath Herring. Royce Gracie and Masatori Suda, our next fight. Suda significantly bigger, though, in this fight, which is kind of crazy. They begin. They touch gloves, already coming in with a clinch. Dominant position. Trying to push him against the ropes. He does so, looking for the sweep. Got him. Excellent outside leg trip. Got him down, trying to get mount. Always gives up his back now instead, but if Royce gets the hooks in, it's over. He's not even going for it, though. Well, now he's got him. Yep. There we go. Royce Gracie getting it done quick and swiftly. That is, I mean, you cannot out-wrestle Royce Gracie. It just ain't going to happen. Once he got you down, it was over. But, again, it's so crazy. He's fighting at Upstart Karate, and obviously he does not have any striking skills whatsoever. But a great win. Now, nonetheless, Frank Shamrock and Minoru Suzuki. Our next contest, Frank with a 1-2. Nice spinning kick to the body. Oh, my. He caught him with an uppercut, and he dropped him with it. And he is going to capitalize and win this fight. Obviously, Frank had revenge in his heart in that fight. Gets the win. Back in the win column. And he is, of course, praising his team at Team Voodoo. Our main event, though, already on the main event. One middleweight title fight. The former champion of the welterweight division, Carlos Newton, taking on the current middleweight champion, Murillo Bustamante. Murillo doesn't get the takedown, but he's going to get him against the ropes. He's going to trip him here. Yep. He's stuck, though, in half guard. This is what I'm thinking. I mean, I thought Carlos Newton had a better jiu-jitsu game, or at least a better jiu-jitsu game than what they're giving him. And so far, that's been the case, but he's going to get taken down again, though. That's the thing. He's not going to be able to stop these takedowns, but once he's down here, he's not going to be able to have much success. And Yamazaki's going to have to stand him back up. Newton, though, with a trip. Oh, my God, he's got him. Tripped him down. There we go. Carlos Newton. Trying to get a sweep as Bustamante. Oh, it kind of works. It's a wild scramble. Bustamante's able to just grab him against the ropes, and now he's going to trip him back down. Oh, he's got his back. If he gets both hooks in, it's over. Oh, my, it's over. Yeah. Well, he looked good there for a hot minute for Carlos Newton once he got him down, but he couldn't do anything off of that. Hey, at least he came in. He didn't get embarrassed out there, I'll say that. He fought hard. Just wasn't his night. And obviously coming in at middleweight when he's been used to fighting at 170, that's a huge jump. But he does a huge favor. Critical rating of 80, though. It was a hell of a show, actually, because of that main card. It really wasn't a bad fight, though, the whole card. 3 submissions, a TKO finish on the main card. All first-round finishes. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Yeah, performance bonuses for both guys there. Frank going to get 1. Royce going to get 1. Heath Herring going to get 1. Frank Trigg was great. Dean Thomas was great. Him and Jinky Sudo. I thought that fight was a lot better. Bobby Hoffman and obviously Cristiano Marcelo going to get that award. Making 340 on the card. Good shit. Good show. Yeah, can't really beat that for what we asked for him. And now we're going to go to the city of Chicago, and we'll be seeing Matt Hughes defend his welterweight title. The plan is to have him take on Matt Serra. Now, depending on what happens, obviously Pat Miletich, he lost to Alice Secor, so he's not going to be the guy. We just saw, obviously, Frank Trigg win over Akihiro Gono, so, I mean, technically, he could fight Matt Hughes. Wouldn't be a crazy reach, but I think Matt Serra's the guy, even though he's only had 1 fight at welterweight. Oh, no, he's fighting Tony Carter, that's right. So, yeah, it will be Matt Hughes and Frank Trigg. Because obviously, Wanda Braga, he's got a Shudo fight in June, so he's not going to be ready. He obviously lost to Matt Hughes as well. So, yeah, we're thinking it's going to be, Frank Trigg, which, of course, in real life, they had a pretty great fight at welterweight. Which, they don't even have Frank. They still have him as a middleweight. Yeah, we'll drop him down to welterweight. Because I think this is, again, his new weight class. I think this suits him very well. We might even have to kind of finagle something here, because it's not looking too hot for Frank Trigg to be ready. Not looking too good. I mean, hey, out of Sakura, he did beat Pat Miletich, but I just feel like he would not be a great opponent for him. We might have to do hey, out of Sakura. He lost to Dennis Hallman, he lost to Akira Gono by split, so it'd be kind of weird for him to get a title fight. But I really want, I just, again, Frank Trigg, he won't be ready. Pat Miletich, obviously, is not the guy. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just go ahead and just make Matt Serra the contender. Again, it'd be weird, but he's undefeated, and it's a good fight, though. It is a good fight. We'll make it happen. And Shoney can fight somebody else. He can fight Von Flue. So I love me some Jason Von Flue, and he's the favorite in that fight, too, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, because we could also use, Sakura already finished him, so yeah, we'll do that for the prelim. Here we go, alright. So yeah, Matt Serra, our main event for the Chaotic Night in Chi-Town. You see the card already, it's all set. We'll probably move, oh yeah, Sean Strick's fighting Imada. We'll probably have that actually open the show, and yeah, Varlins and Tom Erickson, Rafael Carreno and Andrei Arlovsky. Some big debuts happening on that show, and we'll catch you guys there for the next episode. Take care, everyone.